Hello BookTube, my name is Kate and this is my channel chaptercviii. Today I'm going to be doing a response video to Hannah Witton. Hannah Witton recently posted a video titled Books That Make Me Horny. I believe this was a book tag video, but I'm not entirely certain because I had never seen it prior to this point. There were just a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings floating around about this video, and I just had a couple of things I wanted to talk about relating to it. First off, I just wanted to say that I haven't really watched a ton of Hannah Witton's content. I've seen some of her videos about her stoma when I was watching different disability videos, and I really related to a lot of the things that she said in a couple of those videos because I understand that feeling of not being disabled enough for the identity, even though I have bipolar disorder, which is a chronic illness that I will have until I die. And I honestly found her very validating and affirming in those videos where she discussed that. And I think those videos were also done with Jessica Kelgren-Fozard, which I really appreciate for her disability content as well. So about this video. In this video, she essentially discussed different books that she had encountered and that she had read that bring about sexual stimulation for her. At the start of the video, she described herself as being really sensitive to sexual stimuli, and she discussed the topic of being sexually aroused by something but not morally okay with it, so essentially fantasizing. I also wanted to say that I am not fully qualified to discuss the relationship with fantasy, morality, and reality. I'm not a sex therapist. I'm a board-certified music therapist, but I've worked with mental health for 5 years. I have worked with people on both sides of sexual abuse, so victims and abusers. And so I'm coming from that point when I'm discussing this video. Hannah makes a lot of really great points about the fact that fantasy might occur, but you might not morally agree with something. And I think that is a really great topic and a really great discussion to have. However, I don't know if that discussion should have been done in a video where the books are sort of framed as recommendations. She also kind of changes her definition of horny multiple times throughout the video. At one point, she even discusses it as being something that is emotionally stimulating. However, I don't think most of us would equate that with horniness. If so, Sarah McLachlan makes a lot of people really horny. There are a lot of books discussed on the list that one might read and not really understand where that comes from. And I think it's completely valid that she has a lot of those books on the list because that's a topic that she can actually discuss and be really transparent about it. However, my issue is the fact that she has 2 young adult books on there. Now, both of these are books that I've seen recommended and I've seen praised in various ways. One is Simon versus the Homo Sapien Agenda, and this is by Becky Albertalli, and the other is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and I think that is by Benjamin O'Leary Sands. I don't want to discuss any other issues related to the authors or the works on the list. I just want to discuss the fact there are 2 gay YA books on the list. Both of those works are very important to LGBTQIA plus youth, and I do not want to discount that at all. However, as an adult, it is not a good idea to frame YA books as something that makes you horny. I am not going to control what anyone reads and what anyone feels because I can't do that. I know as someone who conducts group therapy on a daily basis that you can't control how someone feels. You can't really control their thoughts, but you can help them steer their thoughts elsewhere. And I'm not going to say that someone can't have certain feelings towards certain things that they can't control. However, when you have a platform, it's very important to be careful about how you frame certain content, and that also includes content about LGBTQIA plus youth in a video titled Books That Make Me Horny. It creates a dangerous space for young people, and it also fetishizes LGBTQIA plus community. I have a friend on BookTube named Kathy Tridhart, and she makes really great videos about queer books. And she consistently has YouTube deleting comments that use the word queer because it dismisses them as offensive, when in reality it's also an identity that a lot of people adopt, and those people that adopt that identity don't necessarily equate it with sex. But the most harmful thing I find about this video is the fact that it does put those minors in a frame of adult sexuality. And I wasn't sure how old Hannah Witton is, so I looked it up and I realized that we are the exact same age, right down to the day. We were actually born the same day, which I thought was weird because I don't think I've ever met anyone that was born the exact same day and same year as me. 'Twas weird. But I also feel like that gives me a unique perspective on that age gap between her and these teenagers. I am 28 years old, and the teenagers in those books are more than 10 years younger than me. One could argue that that's not a big gap once you get older, but between being a teenager and being where I am now, that is a huge gap. There are a lot of years of development and of maturity between being a minor and being 28. And that is where I feel like the harm comes from. I'm not here to label Hannah as a weirdo or as a pervert or anything like that. That is not my goal here. I can't control what anyone says, does, or reads. But putting these books behind a lens of sexuality when you are an adult in a video titled Books That Make Me Horny is harmful. My recommendation for the future is just to think a little bit more when you are curating your selections for videos like this. If you want to recommend books, then that's great. However, if you are sexualizing the books that you are discussing, it might be a good idea in the future to choose books that are specifically made for adults, and avoid books where sexual feelings are coming from minors. Other than that, Hannah, I think it's great that you are consistently talking about sex on your channel and you are providing sex education to people that might not have it otherwise. I think a lot of people really appreciate the kind of videos that you make, and I just want to make sure that you're not hurting those same people. I don't know if you'll see this video, and I don't know if you'll watch this video, but if you do, I hope that you take my words into consideration for your next videos. And to you or anyone else that's watching this video, thank you for watching, and if you would like more of this junk, please subscribe below. Bye! Tripping over shadows and I'm drowning in the night. I feel the soldiers coming and I'm putting up a fight. I feel my eyelids closing under